Konnichiwa, good afternoon, and as always, welcome to my new video. In today's Let Me Taste It episode, we're going to discuss this thing that is called the body day off. So, it's essential to have body day off, whether when you're on a diet or you're just living the normal life and you want to eat healthy, you want to be healthy and fit. I personally haven't had one in a long time, and today, this exact day, I'm having it because yesterday night I've eaten a lot of toxin foods and a lot of fats, a lot of carbohydrates, and I'm like, yeah, man, pretty much messed it up. So as you probably understand, you have to have your body day off after you've had a big meal, or after the day when you were eating a lot of fat foods and stuff, which is okay, by the way. When you're on a diet or you're remaining healthy lifestyle like I do, I try to do, sometimes you just get these days when you just can't hold yourself or something, or you're just going to celebrate something to the restaurant and you eat a lot of tasty foods, which is okay. Once again, we all are the people, we all do different stuff sometimes. So do not blame it on yourself if you just overeat this day, the following day, or something like that. Just keep in mind that you need to have a day off the next day after you eat it. The aim of day off is to actually clean your digestion system out of all the toxins you've consumed and prepare it for further regular food consuming. It's also fine to feel hungry at the end of this day, because this means that you're doing everything right. If you do, it means that your body is being refreshed and you're getting ready for eating regular foods once again. But don't leave it just there. You need to hold it until the next day, because otherwise the whole idea of body day off will be ruined. So you need to hold your hunger till the next day, and you have to stick to some certain foods during this day, and only afterwards, the next morning you can eat something else. Which leads me to the mistake I used to make all the time when I was first going on a diet. Listen to me, do not overeat during the following morning or something, and do not overload your body with sweets, fats, and something just for the breakfast. Because if you do, you will feel sick totally after that, because your body isn't ready for that just yet. It has just been refreshed, and all the ferments, you don't have enough ferments to digest all the sweets, all the fats and stuff, so do not do that. Take it easy, eat something light first for the breakfast, like the porridge without milk or additives, and also do not get too involved in the day off, and do not prolong it until 2 or 3 days, because it's rather dangerous for your body to not consume all the fats and carbohydrates which we normally need, but during the day off we just don't consume it, don't eat it. So now let's finally get to the suitable foods for the body day off.
You need to make sure you eat foods which include proteins and fiber and excludes fats and carbohydrates. Also, it's preferable to eat fresh vegetables or fruits and drink a lot of fresh water or green tea during the day.
So the first one in my personal list is cottage cheese. This is the best source of protein for you, not only for the day off, but for regular consuming as well. It contains 0.5 grams of fats, it contains 18 grams of proteins, and it also contains 3.3 grams of carbohydrates. So it's about 89.7 kilocalories in total. It's also important to choose a low-fat one, because otherwise it will make no good for the body during the day off. Also, if you don't have access to the cottage cheese, you can use Greek yogurt instead.
Cottage cheese is best served for breakfast or for the second lunch, but it's okay to use it for dinner as well. You can also add some yogurt or similar liquid to that, because natural cottage cheese is rather dry, and to make it wetter and tastier and easier to eat, some people add liquid. My favorite is yogurt, but you can choose your favorite one.
The second one is my list is apples. It's about some sweetness for your body day off. But it's also a good source of fiber and vitamins, and also some elements that your body normally need, like iron, vitamin C, and all the stuff like that. This is an interesting fact about apples, by the way. Your body actually burns calories while digesting apples. So it's said to have 0 calories in them. Although they have some calories inside of them, but while digesting them, your body actually burns calories while doing that. So these apples will bring you no harm and no energy probably, but this is what we need for the body day off, so this is a perfect source for you.
When it comes to apples, I personally prefer to rip its skin off first because I don't like how it tastes like. Second of all, I cut it into small pieces or average pieces because when you eat it piece by piece, it prolongs your meal time and you make sure that you don't want to eat again in a while. I sometimes put it on a plate like that to make it look like the plate is full of food, so it's kind of a mental trick that you play with your brain. I also prefer to add some cinnamon to my apples because cinnamon actually burns fat inside of your body, so for the body day off, this is the best spice ever.
The third thing in my list is buckwheat. Good source of iron, fiber, and carbohydrates. Yeah, you probably don't understand what's going on. I've just said about the thing about the carbohydrates and fats, but let me explain that first. So buckwheat actually contains healthy carbohydrates, which not weaker your digestion system in any way, which is perfectly fine for body gel. But if you decide to make your body gel more strict and clean, just do not include buckwheat into that. But I personally like to include buckwheat because it gives some source of energy during the day, which you need, especially when you need to go somewhere and you have your day off, and you need energy to function somehow at all. So you need buckwheat in your list. But if you don't, well, that's fine as well. So the buckwheat has 13 grams of proteins per 100 grams, of course, 2 grams of fats, and 72 grams of carbohydrates. And it has 360 kilocalories in total.
The pure boiled buckwheat without any additives prevails, I think. But sometimes it may be served with milk, especially for the breakfast. But as it's not the breakfast time right now, I'm gonna skip this step.
So the fourth one is bran. Of course it's about bran. It's essential to have it because it contains a lot of fiber in it, which you really need during the day off. And it also doesn't weaken your digestion in any ways, and it contains some vitamins as well. So the bran has 13.5 grams of proteins, 4.8 grams of fats, and 24 grams of carbohydrates, and also 36 grams of fiber. And it has 197 kilocalories in total.
It's important not to overeat bran, so make sure you use the right quantity for yourself. As I already said in my previous video, the best way to eat bran is within some liquid, especially with the yogurt. This combination helps to clean the body inside out and fulfills it with right vitamins and elements.
So if you have ever had your body day off or something like that, or you want to have it, or you didn't know anything about that, never mind. Leave it in the comments down below. Also, write about that on my Ask account. Tell me about that. I'll read it. I'll answer all your questions about that if you still have some. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe, dislike, like this video. You remember what to do. You've been here for some time. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like that. I'm going to go eat those foods right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you later and see you really soon. Bye. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. I really need to eat it badly enough.